Welcome back, APUSH students. Today is Chapter 2 of Keeping the Republic, titled American Citizens and Political Culture. If you don't know Keeping the Republic, it's fine because the content is still going to be the same. I'm going to be going over all the key terms and notes for this chapter that helped me get a 5, so I encourage you to take notes along as well. American citizenship, status of being a citizen of the United States, obviously. Most Americans have birthright citizenship, but gaining citizenship is particularly attractive to immigrants and non-immigrants seeking naturalization. What it means to be a citizen isn't really like a big issue or topic in this country, but when it comes to immigration, it definitely is. A big part of immigration policy is setting up the pathways for how to become a citizen and what does it mean at certain levels of citizenship when you have like stuff like a green card and then eventually being a full citizen. But the concept of what is citizenship is more important for Gov than specifically what an American citizen is. U.S. immigration policy, U.S. procedures, and guidelines for immigrants. Deciding who is admitted to the country and how to become a citizen is a critical question, often rooted in national security concerns. The national security part of it is a big part of what is now the Republican platform and the Trump platform, going into like just the last 8 years or so with Trump being around. But the immigration debate dates back a lot longer than just before Trump. A huge part of modern U.S. immigration policy is how to balance being an open country that's open to new people and also being able to have secured borders and not, just letting everyone in. And there's definitely a balancing act that it seems that both sides of the political spectrum, at least right now, can't come to a consensus because there are extreme views on both sides. Political culture, shared values and beliefs about the political world, sets indirect baselines and norms for how the political debate should be conducted, creates a playing field for political ideas. The political culture in the country now is kind of collapsing, I hate to say it. There's a lot of bad political rhetoric and a very high political temperature right now, and in the past maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But we still have a firmer political culture than a lot of other places in the world. We don't have a lot of extreme views in the country compared to other places. And we do have a common ideal in what America is and what it should be, and that's a big part of who we are as Americans. Values, normative statements that establish common goals. In America, these values are based on principles of fair processes and treatment, individualism, and self-driven prosperity. So these values come to fruition in our election processes, our economy being a capitalist economy, our society, how we try and uplift each other, but we don't just give people opportunities for free. So these values show their face in a lot of parts of American society and government. Democracy, the procedure to do politics fairly. Giving citizens equal access to conduct politics and influence government creates fair policy outcomes. Setting up a democracy that allows people to control government in a way, allows people to institute their beliefs in government, creates a fair government that represents everyone more equally. Freedom, ability to be free from control. People are free from the state and are allowed to do what they want without undue restriction, both economically and socially. Sometimes the government has to step in to prevent extremes. This is where a little bit of the social contract stuff comes from Chapter 1, where citizens have freedom and ability to do things, but they give up a little bit of that in order for the government to protect them and preserve law and order. But in general, people in America have way more freedom than anyone else in the world, and that's a good thing. Equality, the people are on a fair playing field. Procedural guarantees are given through fair treatment, but this does not guarantee fair results. Equality is a big principle of democracy and capitalism rather than an authoritarian socialist system. However, there are nuances in equality. Total equality doesn't always mean that everyone can survive, and that's where the government steps in to make sure people are getting the help that they need. Ideologies, political belief systems. These belief systems divide people, but common culture prevents either side from becoming radical, and that's where the importance of common political culture and shared values come in, because there are a wide spectrum of political ideologies, far left, far right, center left, center right, and then centrist people. And in order to make sure everyone is on some level on the same page, you have to have that common political culture within the wide spectrum of political ideologies, and that's why our culture collapsing is a huge problem. Conservatives, right-wing political camp, They believe in traditional values, limited government with limited change, maintaining social order and rule of law. These traditional values date back like decades ago, and conservatives are the Republican side of what is American politics. Not all Republicans are traditional conservatives. Trump's not really a traditional conservative in a modern sense. But things like traditional values and limited government are definitely anti-progressive, progressivism being the other side. Liberals, left-wing political camp, they believe in progressivism and social change, expansion of government, broad solutions to social issues, and expansion of individualism. So a lot of this is rooted in like modernizing principles, and that the government can change and adapt constantly to people as the world grows. And this puts a lot of responsibility on the government to be very active in social change and resolving social issues, as opposed to conservative government, where social issues aren't a huge value for the government, and the government shouldn't be pushing people to change and stuff like that. And there are definitely benefits of both sides. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next chapter, and goodbye. Yo, if you're super cool and awesome, you should follow my Twitter or X if you're that kind of person. It's at Clark4724. I post a lot of random stuff on there, but I also post channel updates and when my next videos are coming out. So if you're gonna keep watching my channel, then I recommend you follow, and thanks.